Okay, guys. It's a girl, Rainbow. So, today I'm playing a spooky, scary skeleton game. Basically, Mary in the mirror. I'm thinking this is kind of like Bloody Mary. Let's play it. Well, without further ado, it's Rain-BOOO-Time. Okay. Okay, guys, I am nice enough to put my volume on 2. You are lucky to have volume, okay? I'm a scaredy cat, but I also love being scared. Don't do it. No. Sorry, my dad just turned off the lights. Oh my god, no. Hold on, guys. My dad turned off the lights, and I'm not doing it with the lights off. Not doing it with the lights off, because I'm... Dad, can you come back? Candace invited her friends over for a sleepover. The girls were all excited. After settling in, Candace asked her friends who wants to hear a scary story. They all raised their hands excited. The girls all got giddy and waited for Candace. Once upon a time, there was a herbalist named Mary Whitford who lived deep in a forest. Mary was a beautiful woman who had become a powerful healer and would make potions with herbs to help heal people from their illnesses. She was the best healer anyone had ever known. Okay. Everyone would always comment about Mary's beauty, and many men courted her secretly. But Mary was more interested in making medicine than getting married. Yeah, I get it. He doesn't look trustworthy. But then, one day, while Mary was out in the forest collecting mushrooms, she tripped over a chain and fell face first into a large bear trap that snapped close on her face. Ooh, girl, you okay? You good? You Gucci? Oh, and she had a lot of mushrooms, okay. Mary managed to break free of the trap, but her face had become horribly damaged. She refused to see anyone over a year while she tried different medicines to heal the scars on her face. Okay. But nothing worked. Finally, she gave up and decided to wear a veil to cover her face. She went back to work, healing people again. Everyone asked her what happened over the last year and why she was wearing a veil. She told them that she had just needed time to study medicine more, that her eyes had become light sensitive, so she wore the veil. Then one day, a man named Lord Harlan showed up at her house. Lord Harlan was just one of the many men who'd fallen in love with Mary, and he'd come to ask her to marry him. You look nice. I think he's good. I think he's a good one, Mary. Okay. He presented her with a huge ruby ring and promised her all of his wealth if she would just marry him. But Mary didn't care about the money. However, she did indeed find Lord Harlan to be very handsome and charming, and intelligent and sweet. So she told him that if he would accept her as she is, then she would marry him. Don't mess up. Don't hurt my best friend, Mary. Lord Harlan was so excited, he knelt down and said, "Mary, I accept you as who you are. Will you marry me?" Mary answered, "Yes, Lord Harlan, I will marry you." Yes, congratulations! Mary knew that Lord Harlan was an honorable man and a man of his world. So he just knew that he would not be concerned with how she looked now after the incident. Mary held down her hand and Lord Harlan slipped on the ring. They embraced each other and Lord Harlan raised his hands up to her face and took off the veil to kiss her. Once the veil was off, she smiled at him, but his eyes grew wide and his face cringed in disgust as he jumped backwards. "What happened to you? You're a monster!" "Did you just hurt my best friend? How dare you? I thought you were a good man." In that single moment, Mary's heart was shattered completely. Lord Harlan ran from Mary's house, screaming aloud, "Witch! Witch!" Mary Wilford was a witch. Word spread throughout the villages that Mary Wilford had become a witch, and she practiced black magic, which wasn't true at all. The local people from the surrounding villages gathered together to confront Mary. They went to Mary's tiny house and kicked down her door. Why would you do that? Why? I mean, don't you want to stay away from her if she is a witch? Like, what's the physics of that? They dragged her out of her house and tore off her veil. They screamed in horror. The scars on Mary's face had begun taunting her and laughing at her. Wait, what? No, it's not that bad. Why are you all... Shut. 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 Shut, shut, shut. They even made up a rhyme for her. Mary, Mary, once so lovely. Mary, Mary, now so ugly. Mary sat on the ground and wept as villagers burned down her house and left. After that, Mary moved deeper into the forest and lived in a small mud and grass hut. She was filled with anger at how horribly she was treated and how she was betrayed. So she spent her time learning witchcraft and cast a spell on the world that would last forever. No. They're just jealous of you. They're just jealous of you, Mary. Okay? They're just jealous of you. You don't have to worry about them. You really don't have to worry about them. Please, girl, it's fine. Don't do any witchcraft, please. She wrote down parchments what the spell would do and left the parchment in each village for all to know. The spell would curse anyone who repeated the ugly rhyme that the villagers made up about Mary turning their faces into a real monster. And if you repeat her name 3 times in front of a mirror in a darkened room, she will appear inside of it, looking back at you, and something terrible happens. Excuse me. Anyway. Oh my god. Boo! Candace screamed. Can you shut up? Anyway, the girls all screamed with fright. Oh my gosh, that noise actually scared me. Just like, boo! Okay. And that was the story of Mary Wilford. The girls jumped and clapped, all of them agreeing that the story was great, but also very, very scary yet very sad too. Then Tara put her hand up and dared them all to repeat Mary Wilford's name in front of Candace's mirror together. At first, they all said no way, but after a little convincing, they decided to do it. No, you guys know the girls lit some candles, turned out the lights, and stood in front of the mirror and said the name, Mary Wilford, 3 times and waited. Suddenly, a frightening face appeared in the mirror. Then Candace screamed, but nobody else did. She looked at her friends and asked, "Did you see that?" But they all said no. Look at that spooky face. Is her lip bleeding? Anyway. It was then that they admitted that they said the name with their eyes closed. Candace was the only one who kept their eyes open. And then, suddenly, two long and frightened hands reached out from the mirror and grabbed Candace, pulling her inside of it. Oh wow. Oh my gosh, Mary needs to cut her nails, jeez. Anyway. Okay guys, this is getting spooky. Now the girls could see Candace inside the mirror, looking back at them. Only now, Candace looked monstrous. Ooh. Are you okay, Candace? Okay, that wasn't the... Oh my gosh. Now she's trapped inside this mirror with me. Forever! Yelled Mary Wilford. She glared at the girls and let out a horrible scream before disappearing with Candace. No one ever saw or heard from Candace again. Oh. If you repeat the name 3 times in front of a mirror, no, don't do it. Oh my god. Please stop, please stop, please don't eat me. Oh my god. Oh my god. I hate that. Oh my god, that was... Okay, I thought it... I wasn't expecting it. I thought I was just going to be like... But then I was like... Oh my gosh. I didn't like that. But, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you'll never miss another video. Bye. Spooky, scary skeleton shivers down your spine. No. Okay. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. That was not. I'm gonna start thinking if I go in the bathroom once and I look in the mirror and not even saying her name, just thinking about this, I'm gonna literally die and get pulled in.